Oh, konbanwa, minasan. Today we have a new update in Genshin here. And we have Klee here in her new outfit. It's so cute, isn't it? The exquisite,
bombs, so heavy.
exquisite outfit Klee wears only for the important performances. The colors are brilliant, like a cake adorned with cream flowers and crowned with scarlet candles. With comes happiness and smiles will fill your adventures. Aw, and they have their own custom backpack and a lantern! That's
Dodoko?
cute.
Dodoko, where are you?
She's so cute. Let's see. I only have Cleo's C1.
Wonder what's up this time.
Of course, gotta do all
Once
this.
There was a
Skip that. I know. We can ignore that. Like, we can ignore that. Of course. To... I'll adjust that later. But yeah. He is here. So we had the Knights of go to the Knights of Favonia's headquarters, as well as talk to. I would say it's Augustus or Augustus. This for Fontaine Samaru. But also we gotta do these in Inazuma, Tangwin of Liyue. This help a lot. Oh, that one we had to poison her with terrible food from Hutao or from Aieto. I feel sorry for that. But let's go see this person.
With me? I'll get grounded for a whole day, but it's way worth it because the fish tastes so good.
Hehe. We don't have Natlin or Fire Wings, so Geo Wings are the closest. Aww. Ooh. Oopsies. Just radically. The book she has on my character right now, it's the Royal Grimoire. It's closest to Doko Tales, which I completely miss out on. You know, it's exclusive for Klee and it's not attainable at all. Oh, here it is. Bonjour! Augustus Lovelace. It's Lovelace from Happy Feet. Hello. Achoo! Smell of these spices, it's just too, achoo! I should just take a picture and go hide in my room. Traveler! Hey, traveler! Hold on a sec. Kore? What can I do for you? I'd like your help with taking a picture, just one. It won't take long. It's embarrassing to admit, but the aroma of the spices here is a little too strong for me. During my time in Fontaine, I never had food with such just a hint of spiciness. A pinch of salt is as much as I can take. The country of justice, the country of diabetes. Here, I'm seizing so much that, achoo! I can't even hold the camera steady. So all I can do is ask someone else to help take a photo for me. You certainly seem to be a kind person, so I'd like to ask for your help. You're from Fontaine? Indeed. I'm very sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. I'm Augustus Lovelace, a researcher for Fontaine Research Institute of Kinetic Energy Engineering. What kind of place is that? It's a mouthful, isn't it? You can call it Fontaine's Research Institute, as most people in Fontaine do. The Fontaine Research Institute used to be a paradise for researchers in Fontaine, and where most mechanical creations originated. But thanks to Mr. Edwin, most buildings in Fontaine Research Institute are lying in ruin now. Ever since Ramondo and Mr. Choisil took over the reconstruction project, the spirit of research at the Institute has been in freefall. I have standards and prefer a tidy environment. I refuse to live in a pile of rubble, and so I've been traveling around. Don't let my troubles spoil your mood. They have nothing to do with you. Come on, please hurry. Snap a photo of me. Once Xavier sees the beauty of Sumeru, there's no way he stays in Inazuma. I work with Xavier. You? Whoa, are you the traveler that Xavier told me about? A pleasure. It's truly an honor to meet you. I read all your heroic feats in the Ikage furnace from Xavier's letters. And whenever Xavier talks about films in his letters, he always mentions your extraordinary acting skills. He says you're fearless, noble, and most importantly, you have a great sense of humor. Oh, once you take a photo, you must give me your autograph. It would be perfect if you send a photo. How is Xavier doing these days? Well, to be honest, not great. He's anxious about his film. Based on his letters, he had been having trouble finding an interesting new subject lately. I suggest he should do as I did and take some time off in Sumeru. But he keeps insisting that he must shoot the best possible film for the Yashio Commission. He refuses to leave Inazuma until it's done. That's enough of that. Come, take a picture of me right here, Vadu. Alright. He has some unique hair. Here you go. How's that? That should do it. Let's give him the photo. Not bad indeed. You have a gift. It's the first time in travels that I met someone with such control over composition and color. Where have your travels taken you? Ah, that, well... I could have come directly to Sumeru from Fontaine. After all, there's a line going straight to the Beta Harbor in Sumeru. I don't think we know where Beta Harbor is, unless we're standing on it. As they say, it's about the journey, not the destination, so I choose a more interesting route. First, I went from... these are places I've never seen before. I went from Lumidos Harbor to Chenyu Vale, and then passing through Shinsi Village on my way to Stone Gates that separates Mondstadt from Liyue. After stopping by Dawn Winery, I decided to head south and visit Liyue Harbor. I embarked on a ferry to Port Ormus from Liyue Harbor, traveled northward along the river, and here I am standing before you. After all, my goal is to relax. Were I were a brave warrior with a passion for adventure, I might have decided to set out from Romantrimen Harbor and follow the ancient path of the pilgrims heading southward into the desert. Who knows, maybe I try to cross the desert on my way back. Anyways, I still got some extra motor to spend. Paying a visit to Natlan on the other side of the desert sounds nice too. Oh, so that beyond the desert of the fallen nation of the desert is Natlan. Good to know. Alright, I won't keep you any longer. Thanks for helping me with the photo. Please accept this as a token of my gratitude. I'm off to write to Xavier. If he doesn't come to Sumeru, then I might as well go back to Fontaine. Alright. I try to do a French accent, but I keep forgetting, like, French is, like, very flirtatious. I know, game. But first, trials. I must do the trials. Revenge Lady Eula.
Eye for an eye. Look at you, Bootail. I'm a rock. Shadow Raven, let nothing.
Now's our chance. Crush. Freeze to the core.
You're open.
Damn.
You're open.
Naughty boy.
Shudder.
You had your chance. Leave the wounded to me.
By royal decree. Can't handle your drink. Pew pew.
Want to taste of my hammer?
Flood of frost.
Bam. Red of frost.
Crush. Beg for mercy.
Just you and me, little Twinkie. I swear to God, this shit had Eula's line of "How dare you? I will have my revenge" as one hit. Alright, Klee's time. Because I want the Primogems too. I got myself to hydrate.
Dumpy, dumpy, go! Not now. Don't be scared.
Let me weave you a verse. Huh? Hup. Everybody stand back! Let's...
La la la. Stars, shine for me. My guardians.
Witness the power of boom! Teamwork is dreamwork! Huh?
Blow them all up. That's really fun. Dumpy, dumpy, go.
All the 4-leaf clovers. Alright, Mika's turn. Then Raisin Toma. Which I already have, like... Besides Mika, I have the other two already, like, C6.
Precision strike! Keep back!
Yeah. Oz, reveal the...
Let's keep going, team! You had your chance!
Midnight Phantasma Diana Special!
Now's our chance! Neutralizing threats! Let's keep going, team!
Can't handle your drink. Huh? Up.
Midnight Phantasmagory.
Precision strike!
By royal decree. Pew-pew.
Now's our chance! Final warning!
That stance at the end with Mika, it's like I literally just hit him in the nuts. Klee time. Alright, raise a 10. Oh, the 3 stiff.
Providing cover fire!
Yeah. Pew-pew.
What you got? We're open!
Shake it and stir.
By royal decree!
Let's keep going, team! Final warning!
I want it done. You're open!
Diana Special. I'm a rock.
Wings of darkness! Come, sever night from...
Leave the wounded to me! taste blood. Engaging! Now's our chance!
Look at you, Boozle!
Look at you, boozos. Look at you, boozos. Right, last one is Toma. Toma time. It's a felonious mace.
Check this out!
Out of the frying pan!
Dodge this! Here's backup!
Don't get frostbite.
You're toast!
Don't get too close! Supporting fire! Check this out!
Oh, so sorry.
Cool it!
Nice and spicy! Hey,
Combo. Alright, now let's get my music up because I got all the side stuff done. I do need to do the daily missions before the main mission, of course. Ato...
Dodoko? Dodoko, where are you?
Kore. Stay away from me! Danger, danger! Alright. So the Yashiro Island. Nope, Chad. You going to drop the museum? Hiya. Let's maybe. Yep. Take that time. There's a streamer that I always watch too. You know, I've been less chatty on over there.
The wind knows.
Getting this secret
Time to go.
cave. I keep wondering what's the better sword if I switch it. Yeah, this sword. That was my first sword. It's actually not bad for base attack. And then this one. That was Kaya's sword. Because he has this one. That was my sword. But it's from Blackcliff Forge, so it's technically not the Traveler sword, even though it matches. If there's a unique sword for Kaya, I am definitely trying to get it for him.
Propagate! Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt.
One with nature.
Germinate!
Into the wind. The wind knows me.
Riptide!
Next. Oh, they're all on Narukami Island. Kamisato State. RPG.
No time to lose.
That's that. Go, Megalodon child.
Who's next?
Time. Not even a left of the start. As much of a freaking Megalodon he is.
Time to go.
Oh,
Into the wind.
As one with wind and cloud. Shouldn't let your guard down. No time to lose. Bring it on.
haha. It's better to murder them all. Can't really see if they're all dead.
La la la.
Let's give some dongo to Klee.
今のはガードフの技だよ。それ刺激や。やったー、勝ったー。
っておい、あれ次俺じゃなかった。俺だよ。別にいいじゃん。サクッとマフマフくらい倒しといてやるよ。そういう問題じゃなくって任せんとけって。話せって。俺どうでもいいけど早く始めません？インファイトやるまでインファイト。もう一回もう一回。もう何時？昼過ぎの13時。俺一人でじわ悪を切るかかとで交わ譲れない想い戦火でも折れるプライド大気のせいで語れ何度でも
So that's all your favorites. This. Baka. But throw the bomb at her. You're like Baka. Oh no. It's right here. Bye bye, doggy. So we need to mess this up, technically. So let's see. It's on the strip ladder. Kore. Not triple layer. Oh, Mad Ham. Because like, why are these dishes there? Like, oh, Mad Ham. That's why.
この勝負。
勝つのは俺だ。理由もなく拳を見なさい。こんな世界を変えろ。強敵
Not good shrimp balls. Even though it looks so good. I thought she was talking about almond tofu. It's like, you want tofu, correct? Nope, she wants the crisp. I can find it. Those flour crisp. Alright, we need to mess it up. Need to give her a stomach ache. I feel bad. Oh, I forgot I made that one with Hoot down the other time. I'll give you this. I'm sorry. Come in there. Come in.
La la la.
She did give me rice, but I feel sorry for her tomorrow. Cause she's gonna have a after day commission saying I have a stomach ache. Hello, robot lady.
Thank you for completing today's commissions.
Ooh, excuse me. Alright, let's redesign. Reorder them. There you go. Kazuya wants my hair. Alright, so all the side missions are done. I need to head to the next Pavonius headquarters. Give me your love. Okay. American, the English version. Give me your love. Give me your love. Japanese. Ah, shit day. Ah, shit day. I wonder what it is in French. Buatore? Maybe? Hey Klee, Kaya, Jean.
Hey, Jean! We're here!
Ah, Paimon and the Traveler. I've been waiting for you.
Whoa, looks like Jean wasn't the only one waiting for us. Klee and Kaya are here too. Oh, it's Paimon and Mr. Honorary Knight. It's been so long.
Ah, look who it is. You've caught me completely off guard this time. But then again, it's always a pleasant surprise when you two show up.
Guess we were so excited to see Jean again that we forgot to knock. I hope we didn't startle anyone. Wait a sec. You weren't talking about anything that we're not supposed to hear, were you? Showing your guide the way? Yeah, right.
It's been a while since we last met, but I can see you two haven't changed one bit. Don't worry, we weren't discussing anything confidential. In fact, we were just talking about you.
Maybe we should let the star of the story explain it in their own words.
Yeah! Let me tell it! Let me tell it! A few days ago, I was reading Todoko Tales in the solitary confinement room when all of a sudden, whoosh! A letter came flying in through the window. Flying through the window? How does a letter fly? Like a bird does. It was flapping its wings. It could even talk. It said, well, it was a bunch of stuff I didn't understand.
You couldn't understand? Then it must have been talking about how to avoid solitary confinement.
Kaya?
Just saying. We don't want to let a teachable moment slip by.
Okay, I know. Anyway, the letter said, "Oh, Klee, are you behaving? I see you've wound up in the solitary confinement room again." Sorry about that. Mommy is busy these days and can't take you out to play. But there's good news. I have a friend who has very kindly invited you to visit her. Oh, so the letter's from Alice.
In principle, yes. But the issue is that Alice's friend lives quite far from here.
Ah.
The letter says that Mom's friend lives in Sumeru.
The Knights of Favonius could never agree to send Klee off to Sumeru on her own. But Klee is rather intent on taking Alice's friend up on this invitation.
The memes of Klee exploding
really
all the
wanna
plants
go.
in Sumeru is coming true. The meme was a prediction.
You see? So we were wondering, who can we send with her on the journey? Preferably someone who's a reliable hero and with a history of saving Mondstadt.
Oh.
Oh, so that's why you wanted to see us.
I do apologize, but Klee gets along with you so well. We couldn't think of a more suitable choice.
Sure, we can do that, no problem, right? Can you really, Mr. Honorary Knight? Yay! With Mr. Honorary Knight around, Klee's not afraid of anything!
See, I told you that he'd agree. In that case, we'll leave Klee in the trusty hands of the Traveler.
And you too, Kaya. You should join them.
Oh?
I noticed you quietly completed that backlog of paperwork we had. You deserve the chance to unwind a little.
She has 4 eyes.
So you know.
Not 4, she has 8 eyes.
Well then, I suppose I have no reason to refuse.
Careful, G, she has 8 eyes.
Great!
Not
Things
1
will
pair
go
of
even
eyes, she
more
has
smoothly
4.
with Kaya around.
It's all around her head.
Sumeru is pretty far. It's gonna be a long journey.
Click.
Don't worry. Mom's letter had a magic invite inside. Mom says we just
Ooh.
have to all shout out where we want to go at the same time. And poof! We'll be there in the blink of an eye.
Mother like daughter.
Well,
Palace.
that'll definitely make things easier. It only works 3 times, though, so we should only use it when we really need to. 3's plenty. 1 for the way there, 1 for the way back, and 1 extra, just for good measure.
Sounds very mysterious. I still think we should use it sparingly. After all, we don't know the exact location of where we'll be headed, or what dangers we may encounter on the way. Here's what I suggest. Traveler, you're well connected. I'm sure you must have friends who are familiar with Sumeru. I say we start by teleporting to one of them. It'll give us a chance to test out the magic invite, and also find ourselves a local guide.
I'll hate them or Tinari.
That kind of makes sense. And since it has 3 uses, there...
Couldn't have put it better myself, Paimon.
Well, we need someone who's familiar with Sumeru and can be our guide. So, sounds like we need a forest ranger.
Tinari.
And everyone knows that the best place to go looking for a forest ranger is a little place called... That's the one.
Gardarvaville.
Maybe we can get Tainari to help us.
People say Tinari, I will always call
Alright.
him Tinari.
Gandarvaville it is.
You might get mad, but hey, it's me. Me South Asian accent.
Okay,
Get used to
I'm
it.
happy wherever we go, especially with Kaya and Mr. Honorary Knight.
We should be on our way then. If you'll excuse us, Acting Grandmaster.
Yes, let the wind lead. I wish you a safe journey. And Klee,
I know. I'll be careful, I promise. Great! Okay, here goes nothing. Take us to Gandarvaville!
Gandarvaville.
Grand Arbor Hill! Huh? No, it's not a hill!
Yeah. It's a child, so I don't think they're gonna pronounce it right. So, we're in another area.
We made it. Paimon was sure we were about to end up someplace super weird. Sorry, it was an accident. It's okay, Klee. Good news is this magic invite really does work.
Fascinating. One moment we're in Mondstadt, the next we're in Sumeru.
So this is where Mom's friend lives? Wow, there are so many big flowers. Oh, and jumping mushrooms!
Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet. Sumeru's full of strange stuff like this. Like,
Little flying silver fairies? Boars.
Oh, yeah. Paimon was pretty creeped out the first time we saw one of those.
Boars with mushrooms on them.
Listen carefully, Klee. Those jumping mushrooms are called fungi. They may look cute, but if you get too close to one, it'll try to hit you with its cap.
Really? Okay, well, I'll hit it back with my cap. And then I'll hit it with the hood on my jacket, too. I'll definitely win if it's 2 hats against 1.
Those birds are very, cautious right now.
As long as playing with hats doesn't escalate to playing with bombs. But Klee's our friend, so we should be able to convince her to keep this trip explosion-free.
Uh-huh. I'll be extra careful.
Aw, that's very good of you, Klee.
Yep, I'm super...
Okay, Spark Knight. Well, keep up the good work.
We go find Tignutty. Dance for us. Dance. Thank you. Other one, dance. Dance. Okay. It's like, dance for me. So we're up here. Oh. We're on this side. Up. Klee should eat a, let's let her eat a treat. There we go. Oh yeah, since we have Gaia in our team, we should change Kazuha. Sorry, Kazuha. Gotta put the boy in. Make it legit.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this.
There we go.
Hey, look! It's Klee! Huh? And is that you, Lilith? What's she doing in Gandharvaville?
How can you see that through the window? I'm scared. Why?
I've definitely heard the other forest rangers mention somebody dressed like that before.
I see. Then it looks like my suspicions are correct. Who do we have here?
Traveler and Paimon! Huh? Oh, Kaya and Klee are here too! Hi, Kale! It's been ages!
Klee, Eula! What are you two doing here? Well, that question's really more for Eula.
What a coincidence. I didn't expect to run into a fellow Favonian captain this far from Mondstadt. How's the vacation going?
Seriously? Bring the whole crew, why don't you?
Is it just Paimon, or does Eula not look particularly thrilled right now?
Oh, cool! Great idea! Let's
What's some
go!
afternoon tea?
If you're trying to accommodate me, there must be some misunderstanding. I'm fine. There's nothing embarrassing about running into colleagues in the wild.
But earlier you...
Great. Well, I'm sure there's a fascinating reason behind why you're all the way out here in Sumeru. Do share it with us.
If you must know, it's a little complicated. But simply put, I'm searching for a cousin of mine from the Lawrence clan. He went missing recently, and after searching his home, we found evidence that led us here. He appears to believe that somewhere in Sumeru lies the key to restoring our clan to its former glory.
Oh god.
He came all the way to Sumeru for that? What was he going to do, enroll at the academia?
I doubt he came here to learn. He's much too old to start getting a basic education now.
Ooh.
And from what I know of him, I doubt he has any interest in intellectual pursuits.
Don't tell
All
me
he
he's
cares
cocky.
about is restoring his clan's honor. Nothing wrong with that idea in principle, but I'm not certain how fanatical he is about it. So, there's no knowing what lengths he might go to. As a knight and a member of the Lawrence clan, it's my duty to make sure he doesn't bring harm to others.
Oh, if this is true, then your cousin is quite a man of action. Traveling alone to Sumeru from Mondstadt is no mean feat.
Nor is daring to make me personally concerned about his safety. He has no idea what's coming to him.
You know, underneath it all, Paimon thinks you
Is he
are
also a
really
blue hair
caring
character like you?
person.
Yeah, she's the best! She brought me some moon pie last time.
He is family, after all. Anyway, I will make sure to find him and escort him safely back to Mondstadt. Now, back to you. How and why did you all suddenly show up here?
We have Alice to thank us.
I'm afraid that could be tricky. Master Tighnari is still at Partis the Eye delivering his lectures. He isn't due back for a while. But I think I'll be able to help out. The description in the invitation letter is vague, but I'm pretty sure it's hinting at somewhere in the desert.
Aru Village.
The desert?
Does that mean Mom's friend is from the desert? I remember Mahamatra Sino once told me a strange rumor about that part of the desert. They say there's a secret domain there that can make all of your wishes come true. Wait. He said I should just call him Sino.
A domain that makes people's wishes come true.
Wow. So is it true? Does it really exist?
Bird snitching.
I probably would have believed it a few years ago. But now that I'm a little older and wiser, I think it makes sense to be more skeptical about things like this.
This explains a lot. The domain could well be a myth, but he probably figured he had nothing to lose. If you intend to search for this place, then please allow me to join you. My cousin has quite a collection of books about Sumeru desert mythology on his shelves. I highly suspect that he, too, is looking for that domain.
Can I come too? You'll definitely need a local guide while you're in Sumeru. And I think I have what it takes to be that person.
We have every confidence in your abilities, Klee. Our party grows bigger and...
I think it's super! I read in a storybook that on your own you can only have a drop of happiness, but in a group you have a whole ocean.
Aww.
So I'm sure Mom's friend will be super happy if I show...
That's the spirit. In that case, let's...
Oh god. Aru Village. Aru Village. Arune really.
Whoa! This desert is huge!
Oh, this is not Aru Village at all.
Wow, what an incredible sight!
Wait, this is where
Yes. The scenery is quite magnificent.
Are you okay, Eula? You don't look so good.
I'm fine. Just taking a moment to acclimatize. The air here is much drier than in Mondstadt. This area doesn't look very habitable and...
Oh no. Nope, you got it right. I said Gandharvaville wrong earlier?
Klee's right. We're in the right place. There's no doubt about that.
Phew.
Maybe the entrance is hidden under us.
Who knows? We'll just have...
Start by looking around. Nothing. Sun, and more sun.
I'm so tired. And
We should have found something by now.
Huh? How could that happen? Uh-oh. Did I break it by accident? But I didn't do anything. Todoko will back me up. It's definitely not your fault, Klee. See? Not even a wrinkle on it. Does Mr. Honorary Knight have an idea?
Paimon knows where you're going with this.
Interesting approach. Assuming we're right about this magic invite, that is to say, if it was sent from within the domain, the invite likely has some sort of connection to it.
Oh, I get it now. Plus, I know a super special trick we can use.
Oh, that's one
What
of those.
kind of trick? Can you teach it to us,
Those
too?
rolling little hedges just
Of
hit them while
course.
we're talking.
Mom said that if I ever need help, I just need to shout this out loud. Magic invite, Klee needs your aid. Do something now so Klee's not afraid.
Look, something flew over.
It's a bottle. A gin bottle?
It looks like a bottle.
Remarkably effective. That's one trick I'll be keeping up my sleeve in the future.
Absolutely not. It's not my style.
I suppose bottles are pretty common in Sumeru mythology. So, is this supposed to be the entrance to the domain?
Double B says like hi.
In a bottle? Huh. Well, if there's one thing we learned in Liyue, it's never judge your domain by its cover.
That's hilarious.
Guess there's
I like
one
to tell
way
him he's
to
gonna
find out
come
if
hit
it's
us while
really
we're in
is the
this
way
chat. It did
Come on,
happen.
reach out with your hand.
Touch into the hydro bottle. So that's why I couldn't find anything on the map. Because it was in a genie bottle.
We made it! Oh, that answers that question.
There's a path! I'm gonna take a look!
Hey, don't run off and leave us all behind.
Oh, there's Klee. I know. My appointment
Look!
for the
look!
doctors just popped
There's
up.
a huge garden here!
Incredible. It looked so small from the outside. Everyone, I suggest that we stop here for a moment. We should take stock of our surroundings before deciding on our next course of action.
Since we're in a bottle, has anyone heard the story of the magic bottle?
Oh, you mean the one about King Destret and the genie in a bottle? I've read it before, but I struggled with some of the vocabulary.
What's the story about, Kaya? Mom told me a story once about a group of adventurers who went to Bottle Land. But I don't think there was a magic bottle in that one.
Don't worry, Klee. I can tell you all about the story of the magic bottle. But if you keep running off on your own, you'll miss all the good parts.
Oh, okay.
You sense it too, don't you, Kale? Something's not quite right.
Yeah, the scenery here is beautiful, but it's too quiet.
Maybe Auntie Desert lives way further down inside. This place is super big, just like Fischl's Immer Nachtreich. We still have a long way to go.
Guess we won't know until we get there. Hopefully we'll meet her soon.
The birds. They're waddling. Invite from afar. Oh my god, it is literally like a map. A drawn map. Oh dear. Oh dear, dear, dear. Oh, it's a mirage. Alright. Explore the domain. Ano, that's our promise. Invite Layla. I have her C6. Eh? Bird. Dance for me. Dance for me. Okay. And there's the boar. I see boxes here. Candy canes? Is this candy? This is candy. This next gonna be an Aranara named Bob. This box reminds me of Kiara. The eyes. Alright. And there's this Joyu voucher. What's this? Oh, look, I have this. That's why I left child in my group, just in case. Ah!
I could get used to this.
Camera! Why? Like, ah!
No time to lose.
Oh, Chesto. They're dancing.
Now I just need to get my hands on the rest.
Dull blade. So the compass will not work. Ah. Okay. I see some ores. That board disappeared. A locked chest with a heliotrope on it.
Dodge this! This moment will be frozen in...
Dumpty Dumpty Go! La la la! Pew! Blazing delight!
It looks like no one set foot on this road for quite some time.
I agree. And the further we get, the more I feel like this place is a whole lot bigger than we imagined. Hey, there's something strange up ahead. Let's check it out.
Quite the find.
Oh, there's Crocs. What are these? Oh, those are frogs. I was like, what is that? Scared me. And they were like, you know, like those elephant shrews, you know? Lock.
Fascinating.
Kaya, stop. You see why people love Kaya. That and plus his sounds.
What's the hurry?
What's his cannon weapon? Is it just the Felonious sword, right? So this is This is Kishin's sword. Oh, was it this one? Yeah. Enhance that. Technically these, the Black Forest stuff can? Yeah. Can be rebought anyways compared to other things. I like that to fit him because it looks so much better. Oh, the Elefash is the dark version of this. Oh. Wait, so then the thief who roamed the B-Night streets is like one of the traitor Felonious Knights? Like a renegade? So is that what I'm seeing? This is my sword. I just got this sword just in case. Technically my sword. Alright. And then, oh, Klee has this weapon. I really want to get rid of Doko Tails, but I don't have it. This one's my style sword, but I'm keeping this sword. Sadly, I'm keeping that sword.
Propagate! Spring forth! Brace yourself! This is gonna hurt!
Boing, boing, boing! Da-da-da! Ooh! Pew!
Dodge this! Don't get frostbite.
Blast!
Let's let Klee open this.
Yay, shiny!
Eee, shiny. Oh my god.
Woo!
Where is it? Right, here it is. berries. Alright, let's go this side.
Da, da, da.
Wow. It's a big ball of water.
I wonder what it feels like. Can I touch it?
It's so big that we could probably pass straight through it.
That sound. Ding. And that was the last we ever heard of from Paimon. What? Watch out, you might be get over by the water ball monster.
That's so scary. Stop giving Paimon the heebie-jeebies.
Let's not touch it for now. We still don't know enough about our environment.
But we can't just do nothing at all because then nothing at all will happen.
I have a feeling that this could be the core that sustains this entire bottle domain. In which case, the moment we touch it, this place will instantly revert to its original size, with all of us still inside.
Yikes. Okay. Paimon won't touch it. Jeez.
Kaya, are we really gonna get squished inside a bottle?
Of course not, Klee. I'm sure the real core of this domain is hidden away in a very safe place. Somewhere like... over there, for example.
The giant one.
I was so nervous that I didn't notice that big wheel at all.
Wait, who goes there?
Who is that?
It's the water ball monster! The water ball monster is real!
Gurgle. Gurgle.
It doesn't seem hostile. In fact, don't you think it looks happy to see us?
Really?
I don't think it's hungry. Are you, Water Droplet?
Oh dear. I don't know about anyone else, but I'm not understanding a word of this.
Wait! Don't go! Wait for us!
It doesn't have a mouth. It's want us to leave. Go there.
Why'd it stop? Maybe it can understand us after all. Oh, I get it now. It's leading the way for us, just like the cats in Mondstadt. Like the cats? How so?
When you're walking around in Mondstadt City, sometimes a cat will show up on the side of the road. It'll walk ahead of you for a while, and if you're curious enough to follow it, you'll soon find yourself in front of a fine establishment called... Exactly.
Cat's tail.
So let's see where this water droplet takes us.
Touch, touch, touch. The exploded bomb. It's good to be a little bit evil sometimes.
Propagate!
I am VTuber Origins. I am from a villainous Duke role from a manga that got reincarnated into. Ooh, particles.
It went this way, right? Oh, hope we haven't lost it. Did the water droplet go into that cave?
It's an orb. And more candy canes. Loop. Gurgle.
Huh? Another strange contraption. And there's a weird-looking wall over there.
This kind of looks like that ball of water we saw earlier. Did the water droplet bring us here because it wants our help with something?
Gurg.
What? Your friend is trapped in the wall?
Girl?
Don't be sad, Water Droplet.
You bet. But how are we gonna save them?
Gurgle.
Nope, we can't do that. No breaking the wall.
Do we need to find a key of some sort then?
Gurgle.
Oh no! Where'd it
Look, the device has lit up. And it's projecting images onto the wall.
Oh.
A two-dimensional space with objects of the same composition as the device nested inside.
Yep, what Kaya said, and that's where its friend is.
But how exactly do we enter the image on the wall?
Maybe...
Hold on, I think Klee's onto something. Since the water droplet appears to be the key that activated the mechanism, we may be able to follow it inside simply. The principle is no different than how we entered.
So becoming 2D Mario. Deep refs. Become flat. Oh. Become flat. I want to become flat.
Huh? There's a box blocking your way. Wait, is it...
Come out for a sec.
Aha! The box on the wall moved too!
It's like projector screen. It's like that one event thing.
Wow, another water droplet just came out from the wall!
It's attacking me. I really need this
It
missing
was
weapons.
flat as a pancake in there, but as soon as it came out, it turned all plump and round. Guess it makes sense that the water droplet's friend is also a water droplet.
Aw, and they both do the same thing to show they're happy.
Water droplet number 2 ran off.
Gurgle.
It's saying thank you, Mr. Honorary Knight. That was a huge help.
Traveler, how do you feel after entering that two-dimensional space? Any physical side effects?
The choices. No, I feel the same as ever. Ah, the pain. I've been squished flat like a traveler pizza. Zach, why? I feel the
You
same.
sure seem fine to Paimon.
I don't want to be over dramatic.
I'm just glad that you're okay.
I don't want her to go revenge on my
Here to
ass.
look out for everyone. Can't say the same for you though, Kaya.
Hey now, I only suggested that because I was confident that the traveler would be fine.
Water droplet, is there anyone else here besides you and your friend?
Girl?
Yep, you know, anyone who looks...
Girl! Yes!
Oh, it ran off again.
Amazing. Come on, let's follow it.
It's gonna make like weird like sounds like you're in from Among Us. Girl! Let's go! Turn my music back up. Can't play some of my other songs because it's been copyrighted. Ugh. Zoom beast. Is that how they sleep? Ooh. Something's off. Girl! Something's off. Touch! Girl! Oh my god.
It looks like there might be a tunnel up ahead.
Chotto mate.
Maybe more people live in this domain than we thought.
De la musique.
And maybe that's where Auntie Desert lives.
There's a swan. I'm concerned if that thing's gonna attack me or not. Gurgle? Gurgle, 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 gurgle. Alright.
Itia, the situation is now critical. Our window of opportunity to fix this is rapidly closing. I'm sure you've noticed just how much things have deteriorated in recent days.
But even so...
This is your home. Are you really going to let everything fall to pieces?
Kokomi?
Well, I live here, but it doesn't actually belong to me.
Huh? Paimon knows that voice.
Anyone else who comes into this domain in the future
will take one look at the ruins before them and conclude that this place was abandoned years ago. But just imagine how different things could be if you maintain this domain in perfect condition. How miraculous it would feel to them to find such unimaginable beauty in the middle of a lifeless desert.
Oh, you're right, General. Truly, but...
Act now while you still can. You have to stand up to this and break free from your despair. The most important thing is to have no regrets in the end.
Well, no one chooses to have regrets, do they? But I take your point. I'll try my best to stop running away. But the question remains of where to begin.
Paimon's figured out who it is!
Is it Mr. Honorary Knight's friend from a faraway land?
She's a divine priestess.
A divine priestess? What's that? Is it a kind of mage?
Gurgle.
What are you doing here? Huh? We have new visitors? Greetings, everyone. This is the Valurium Mirage, and I'm the caretaker, Adia. I'm so sorry that you have to see this domain in its current state of disarray. We are actively working on repairs, and everything will be back to normal shortly. I hope.
Greetings, everyone. I guess I should introduce myself too.
It's all right. Just leave the introductions to me.
I kind of...
This lady is a visitor to the domain, just like yourselves. She is a formidable military general. Have any of you heard of Inazuma's Onmyo Chamber? Onmyo Chamber. It's an elite training academy for gifted students of Onmyodo. Practitioners are divided into 4 classes, A through D, and assigned the power of Shikigami based on their mastery of the art.
Wait.
This lady famously led the Class D underdogs to victory against the Class A favorites in the final mock campaign before graduation. Isn't that right, General? What's wrong?
Huh? Wait, so the
That doesn't sound like the divine priestess, Mr.
Uh-oh. Did she just get caught lying in front of someone she was trying to impress? Seems kind of embarrassing, but maybe I'd fit in better with everyone if I had a title too.
Some people call me a general, but it's just their way of showing respect. My actual name is Sangonomiya Kokomi.
Huh? Oh no. Sorry.
Call me whatever you like, Idia. The only important thing about names is knowing who's who.
Oh, I get it now. It's like that story that Mom told me that time. Klee can explain. So basically, in the story, a big group of people go on an adventure. So, Miss Sangonomiya must be the super smart...
Perhaps a sage?
Indeed. Wisdom is an important attribute found in military generals.
Okay, well, I'll just call you that.
Fine by me. Sounds really cute, coming from you, at least. Well then, how should I address the rest of you?
Comrade in arms, unless you've forgotten.
How could I ever forget you? But what about these esteemed ladies and gentlemen accompanying you?
Wait, Klee wants a title too! Kaya can be the Master Thief, Mr. Honorary Knight can be,
Knight.
the Knight! And
Paimon would be the fairy.
The fairy, who follows the Knight everywhere.
Master
Thief?
Thief, huh? I did like playing pirates as a child, so I suppose this is an apt role for me. And I must admit, the master part is a nice touch.
Hold on a second. Are you saying the position of knight is now filled?
Yula can be the sword master who can cut through anything and also gets to wear a super sparkly cape.
That's more like it.
And Kale can be...
No, I don't mind. Healer is a great role. Whenever I'm thinking of titles for myself, I usually imagine myself as an adventurer or musician.
Don't worry, Kale. You'll be the bestest healer ever.
You'll do fine. I heard you're good with bandages.
I
I can pitch a tent. Maybe you heard wrong?
Might out of
But I'll do my
gutters.
best. It's my first day filling in for Master Tainari, but hopefully it's the first of many.
This is a great idea. Once a new visitor arrives, they can assume.
Oh, we can't leave you out, Miss Adia.
That's perfectly okay. I already have a role here anyway, remember? I'm the caretaker.
I got it! I got it! This wasn't in any of the store.
Mascot?
Klee, maybe you could think up an even better role.
A mascot, you say? Isn't that a character that...
Sounds like the idea of being lazy is pretty...
The mascot serves to maintain troop morale, Adia. Don't underestimate your role.
Ah, alright. I'll be the mascot then.
That water drop looks so done. Girdle.
That's right. Thank you for bringing these new friends here.
Thanks, Water Droplet. See ya.
Poof. Oh.
Water Droplet? Is that your pet name for it?
We keep getting sidetracked. But I believe you were saying something about being in a difficult predicament.
Oh, yes. About that. I'm afraid the entire domain has recently sustained some significant damage. It was as if the whole world was suddenly flipped upside down. A few components went missing from the core, which sustains the domain, and the impact cascaded out from there. Needless to say, many things in the Valorian Mirage have now stopped working. Just days after I agreed to let my friend's daughter come and visit too. When she gets here and sees the—
Oh, so you're Mom's friend? Hi, Auntie Desert. I'm Klee. Here, I brought the magic invite, see?
Huh? Wait, so you're...
Look how dilated her pupils are. She must be very surprised.
Yeah, and not in a good way. Mom's the one who sent me here. She's the strongest mage ever.
Ah, I see. So being a mage runs in the family.
You're Alice's daughter! Oh, I just want the ground to swallow me up right now!
Aww.
Wait, that's it! I'll hide myself away in the core of the domain!
Adia's really going through it. She's like a shriveled little forest fungus, hanging its head in shame.
Klee? That's a harsh analogy. Where'd all that come from?
Don't worry, Auntie Desert. Klee's here to help you. And all my friends will help too.
Yeah, don't you worry. Sir Fix-a-Lot over here has a good track record with this kind of thing.
Well, I'm useless.
Don't put yourself down, Adia.
Thanks for your encouragement. That'll give me some time to think things through.
Alright. Talk to everybody. So, Kokomi, I'm surprised you're here.
Hi, Miss General. Mr. Honorary Knight says that you're from Watatsumi Island. What's it like there? There must be loads of fish, right?
Klee, no.
Wait! You look kinda like a mermaid. Are there fish in your family?
Oh, sorry to disappoint you, Miss Mage, but I'm just an ordinary human. I have lots of great stories about Watatsumi Island, though. Come on, let's enjoy the scenery while I tell you all about it.
Genshin scenario. Who's gonna be the best babysitter? Kokomi is up there. Kokomi is definitely up there. What's this? The Hydro Idilons want to play hide and seek. Oh. There's a box that's not supposed to be here. Found you. Kore. Found you. Aww. Hot? Kore. Aww.
Is this an answer from this world?
I want to pet you guys so badly. Sorry. Oh, they don't talk. I think they're doing a Romeo and Juliet thing. Alright, Gaia. Gaia.
Feeling nervous, Klee? Well, it's your first time as a guide, after all.
Oh no, not at all. I'm just, still settling into the role. So I was thinking about how to talk more like Master Tighnari.
Well, the easiest way to imitate someone is to start with their most common turns of phrase.
Oh, okay. In that case, put that mushroom down. Now, it's highly poisonous.
There you go. With just a few simple words, you've captured your master's personality perfectly.
Anyway, what about your role? Don't you mind being the master thief?
Maybe not. Until you factor in that I only steal from the enemy. I think that's enough to make me one of the good guys.
Phantom thief.
Oh!
Dun dun dun.
Fair point.
Let's activate this. There we go. Because it annoys the hell out of me. Smash Rose. Hila.
Who else has visited the Valoria Mirage recently? There was someone from the academia who came not long ago. A Kasharawar scholar. Blonde hair. Architect, I think. He was a huge help, and redesigned many of the buildings here. Although he was always grumbling to himself, he was extremely diligent in his work. What a kind person. I could tell that was a sensitive soul. A lot like me. After him, an aristocrat from Mondstadt showed up. Then unfortunately, everything here suddenly started changing before I had the...
Do you know where the Mondstadt aristocrat is now?
If I remember correctly, he headed north after the incident. It's a pity we're having all these issues. Still, not to worry.
Hey, Idia, you got an update for us? We've all caught up with each other.
Very well. Then please allow me, Idia, your Basically, this entire domain is powered by a device called the Central Hub, which you all saw earlier. But following a major incident, several key components from the Central Hub came loose and went flying. 4 components, I believe, which has caused the Central Hub to stop turning.
Oh, so that thing's supposed to spin?
Yes, it definitely shouldn't be frozen still like it is now. At least, that's not how it was when I first got here.
Hey, everything's gonna be okay.
Right. I do know where one of the parts is. It landed not too far away. But the rest all landed in different areas. I'm afraid you'll have to go and look for those.
No problem.
Now, as the caretaker and your mascot, I shall announce your respective adventure duties.
You can just be yourself if...
Oh, I see.
Fine by me. I was going to be looking for my cousin there anyway.
I'll be your backup, Eula. I know you usually team up with Amber.
Oh? Well, this'll be fun. Let's see if a forest ranger can outperform an outrider.
Master Thief Kaya and Mage Klee, if you could earmark some time in your busy schedules, just...
Earmark?
It just means we mustn't forget to do it. Don't worry.
Finally, we have our General, Miss Sangonomiya, and our Knight, the Traveler. If there's no objections, please come with me to retrieve the first component.
Alright. You have my sword. Understood.
All right, well, if anyone finds
You
anything,
will have
come
my
back
sword.
here and we'll regroup. Please take care while you're out on the road and look up...
You got it.
I'll be on my best behavior.
Okay, we'll leave it there for now. I remember seeing it just behind the Central Hub. So, how come you didn't bring it back when you first saw it? I'd have been more than happy to, if this one component was enough to fix the whole domain. But with 3 other components to find, I suddenly felt overwhelmed by how much work needed doing.
Paimon kinda gets that. Taking the first step is always the hardest part.
Okay, so just be up here. I like to take the long way. So I can get used to the domain first. do the massive exploring that I always do. Chesto. A sleepy hilly troll. Since Kaya's not on our team, we can technically bring back the Kazu.
Want me to come along?
And then the Bennett.
Gonna be epic.
The wind knows me.
Shouldn't let your guard down. I'll keep this close.
Scatter!
Hello.
Hey, so Paimon's been meaning to ask, what brought you here, Kokomi?
Oh, well, things have quieted down in Watatsumi Island for now. So I thought I'd take the chance to get out and see more of the world.
You've traveled a pretty long way. Why Sumeru?
I figured that I needed to venture further than usual to really broaden my horizons. Well, that's one reason anyway. I can explain in more detail another time.
Thank you. Bouncy shrew? No child on it. Okay. It is high up. There's a barrel there. Hello. Thank you. You may be a little bit richer. Ninglon
No time to
richer.
lose.
Into the wind! Not bad. Not bad at all.
Is there some beaches? Alright. Oh, that Mora. Eh?
Is this an answer from this world?
Ah! That was below there. It's like, why is it taking me up? Like, oh. Should've went to the side path. Foolish me. There's another one of these things.
Okay, this is the spot. Now, I'm sure you're both wondering, but where's the component? There's nothing here.
Oh, it's that lamp thingy, right? Water Droplet showed us how that works already.
Yes. Showing people the ropes is supposed to be my job. Oh, I can't believe I'm being shown up by a Hydro Eidolon.
Eidolon.
Idea. The Hydro Eidolon can give a basic demonstration of how to use things, but beyond that, It can't communicate. That's where you come in. Your descriptions can explain everything in full, vivid detail.
Paimon forgot how persuasive Kokomi could...
Oh, well, if you put it that way. Look, this is called the streaming projector. Everything here in the Valurium Mirage was made using this device. All you need to do is place an item in the projector, and you can construct a corresponding item based on the shape of the original and your imagination. At least, I think that's what it used to do. With the domain in its current state, only its most basic functions are still operable. Okay, not quite that basic. At the moment, it's only able to show two-dimensional objects. I call them preprints. Think of it like a sort of draft or blueprint or something.
So you're saying the component fell into the preprints?
Yes, exactly. I'll leave you to go in and physically retrieve it. Well...
Really?
No. Sorry. I feel like I have two left feet when I try to dance.
Hey, come on! Cheer up!
She has like zero confidence. The push and push and let's go. We can hear the French music.
Doesn't look like the component is in here. Yes, that's the one! Now you just need to bring it back out.
The French music.
What is this thing anyway? Some kind of gear? And why is it so small?
It's hard to explain, but I assure you that it's definitely one of the components. So that leaves 3 more components missing.
Every journey begins with a first step. I think we're off to a good start.
You really think so?
Of course.
I suppose you're right. She did manage to defeat Class A at the Onmyo Chamber after all. Anyway, I'll take this and start trying to repair the central hub. Oh, why am I so clumsy? Once again, I was no help at all.
Oh dear. She has like no let me keep doing that. Do this. So yeah, I was in the hub area. Kale and Eula have any updates?
What's wrong, Kokomi?
I'm just a little confused. You mentioned that the water droplet showed you how to use the projector? Can you tell me a little bit more about that?
Oh, sure!
I see.
Hey, look! The wheel is spinning now! Oh, and now it's stopped again!
It also wasn't spinning at the right speed. Before the incident, it spun much faster than that.
Eh?
Oh, so you saw it back when it was still working?
Oh, yes. I arrived here a little earlier than the rest of you. But the incident took place not long after I entered. Like Idia said, it felt like the world was flipped upside down.
Ah, my head, don't do that.
I don't know how else to describe it. And I certainly don't want to experience it again.
No, it's no use. Seems it won't run until all the missing components are returned. For a moment there, when it started turning, I got excited. I thought that maybe...
Wishful thinking is only going to lead to disappointment.
Hey!
Mr. Honorary Knight and Miss General are here. Oh!
How did it go?
You beat us! I was sure we were gonna be the first ones back.
Hey, how'd it go?
Mission complete.
Impressive. I doubt you'd find many other knights of such caliber even among the Knights of Favonius.
How about our master thief and mage?
You bet! We made a huge discovery. The place we were trying to get to was blocked off. We couldn't see it, but then, just now, a huge canyon appeared out of nowhere.
It appeared just now?
Come and see, Mr. Honorary Knight. Let's go on a canyon adventure.
I'll
we?
sit this one out. I'm... Miss General, you should come too.
Wonderful. It would...
Let's go!
Ah! I was deposing. Something sus. Hi. Kiss. Oh.
Yeah!
I don't have too nutty.
Yeah! No time to lose. Now I just need to get my hands on the rest.
That is a hilly trail with a tiger. Jungle Book. The Jungle Book. Ah! You pooped at me. How dare you poop at me? I follow you. Ah! They don't look happy at it being found. Oh.
Yeah.
And bet we're gonna see more of these little guys.
Now I just need to get my hands on the rest. No time to lose.
Just before the canyon appeared, I heard a faint sound, like something mechanical turning.
Could it have been the central hub?
Hey, you, oh. New guys, huh?
Oh, hey! Paimon didn't realize anyone else besides Dia lived here.
Another blue hair.
You actually saw her? She's barely shown her face since everything started falling apart here.
Who are you?
Excuse me for asking, but who are you?
Oh, right. I didn't introduce myself. I'm Ferdinand. Me and my brothers look after this whole zone. Well, we used to, until this whole domain was, like, flipped upside down, or whatever. The method we were using to make the carts and tracks stopped working after that.
He has very seductive pupils. Very
Dia
seductive.
is working on repairing the domain. We were just with her before coming here.
Really? Huh. I assume that she'd be curled up in a fetal position somewhere, hoping all her problems will magically disappear on their own. Good for her.
Wait, are these people like the
Anyway,
water droplets?
I checked all the
that
stations
human
around the whole
form?
circuit. They've all conked out.
Conked out? How?
But aren't you just travelers who stumbled upon this place by accident?
Nuh-uh. I'm
A mage?
Allow me to explain.
This, that, and this.
Okay, I gotcha. Well, right now the more helpers we got, the better, I guess.
I like how it's juggling water between its own
Anyway,
like, body
our
and
first
hands.
priority is to get the carts here up and running again.
I love that.
Oh? And why is that?
The roads here twist and turn so much that the best way to get around is by riding the rail tracks instead. Let me show you. This is what we used to make them. Did Dia bring you up to speed on these things? Yep. Basically, we need something that we can put inside that'll make a cart for us.
Like what? Can it be?
Yeah, you can put it that way. But one other thing is that it has to be compatible with the tracks.
Oh god, no.
So, something like...
How about you, Traveler? Any ideas?
Oh no. A basic wooden
That would
cart.
solve the issue of materials.
wood's no good. A rickety wooden cart would be too dangerous.
Really? Hey everyone, come and see what Klee made.
Ta-da! Look, I made a cart.
Wow! Amazing work, Klee!
Whoa! It fits the track like a glove too. Plus, it's a heck of a lot cuter than the ones Adia made.
It's a glove.
I just wanted to give it a try, and suddenly, boom! There it was!
Paimon's gotta ask, what exactly did you make your cart from, Klee?
I used Jumpy Dumpty.
Aha! Thought so.
Is there a problem or something?
It's just... this cart is made from,
You just need to address
It's a bomb or
safety.
something, isn't it? Yeah, I gathered from your conversation that Jumpy Dumpty is a little more volatile than the cute name suggests. It's okay,
He has
though,
the same,
because the end product
duration
only takes
pupil
on the
as
general
me.
look of the source material.
Like it fades to the color, but it's seductive.
no need to delve into the theoretical stuff.
Dang it.
Paimon just wanted to make sure we aren't about to end up like the, flying fish of Starfell Lake.
Huh?
Can we ride the cart now?
In a moment, we need a hydroidolin to power it up first.
When they have the green eye, they're like so done. Gurgle.
Okay, she's ready to roll. Hop in.
Oh god. E disappeared too. Oh, it's like arms. Yeah, 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 yeah. The boards are running. Yeah, yeah.
Whoa! This cart is
Yeah,
fast!
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Chugga, 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 chugga. Woo, woo!
Yeah!
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna call it the choo-choo cart!
Ah! It ejected me
The track
out.
is damaged up ahead. We need to make some repairs before we can go any further.
I'm surprised you're with us.
Looks like it's all reverted to a preprint state here.
Do you know why that happened?
Everything in this domain starts as a preprint and only takes shape after being illuminated by the streaming projector. But
Technology
the
by
hydroidolin
Fontaine.
that forms the tracks here has been trapped in the print.
So someone needs to go into the preprint and rescue the hydroidolin, right?
But the projector here is sealed off by a giant bubble.
That's the hydroidolin's way of protecting the device from damage. If the streaming projector broke, then we'd be seriously stuck.
That hairstyle, though.
So for
I
step
noticed
one,
that too.
we need water droplet to help.
That's the first hairstyle too, a Fontaine.
Aw,
those
it
eyes.
seems you really like that name.
I can't.
Any volunteers for step 2?
Leave that to us. We know what to do.
First things first. Oh, that's the only thing. Alright. Gonna be. Oh, it's just me. I was like, it's gonna be funny to just see Chow there.
So the hydroidolin was locked up in that chest.
Let me get the other chest. Thank you.
Aw, it's completely empty.
Okay. I'm getting a chest too.
Hey, we saved 2 water droplets now!
There we go. Nyang.
Whoa. Water droplet just transformed into some new tracks.
Good. Let's keep going then.
Okay. Can we raid? Gameplay attractions. I know we want to continue and stuff, but there's some chests out here that's bothering me to get.
Now I just need to get my hands on the rest.
Oh, that's a challenge upon the rack. On the tracks. The racks. This is a fun game.
No time to lose.
They had a lot of thought about it. Compared to some minor updates. Say it as I fell. Alright. Thanks, man. I was curious. There's 3 chests over there.
Hey, Ferdinand! You mentioned that you managed this place together with your brothers. Did you mean that your brothers are water droplets?
No. The Hydroidolans are like helpers here. As for my brothers, well... those two. You'll meet them soon enough.
Haha! Whee!
A reward on the road.
Thank you. Keep running ahead, but there's also this thing back here I just saw. It's being harassed.
Brace yourself! This is gonna hurt! Who's next?
It's being harassed.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Looking for white tassel. Just white tassel and... Oh. That's awesome. Oh god, D-Loops is roller coaster.
Whee! Look! Klee can fly just like Grandma now!
This is way more
My ears
exciting
and
than
tail
how
is
Paimon
spiking up.
usually flies.
I'm not a roller coaster person. Can I hit these? Get some water. These extra tracks.
Seems we've just about finished repairing the station and the connecting tracks. Let's go check the track switcher now. It's over there.
What's this? Hello. Arigato. Oh no. Oh. Child, you baka. Jump on shroom.
I could get used to this.
Baka.
Yep.
This does remind me of Aranara's.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Hello. You hide the money. Is that a villain? Friendly or foe? Friend or foe? Friend or foe? Friend or foe? Oh, friend! Hehe! It's not gonna kill me! I've been pinged. As Indiana. Do it like that. Oh, that's a mailbox? I see a tray. That means fish in Cambodian. Tray. Is it just bubbly? I think it's just bubbly.
Yeah.
Okay.
No time to lose.
I have it. Oh, there you are. Cool.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Alright. Let's go upstairs. Oh. Now scoot your butt.
Oh, there's another spinny thing here. It's so big, but not as big as the one we saw in them. I bet it's something super important.
Very good, Klee. You're using what you saw earlier.
It appears to be a system that rotates to switch tracks.
That's right. Originally, all you had to do was flip this switch and the junction would rotate. But it seems Jeremy still hasn't fixed it yet. He sure talks big, but when it comes to actually getting things done...
Where is he?
Is this Jeremy you mentioned one of your brothers?
Yeah. When I talked to him about repairing the tracks, I suggested we start with the station, but he said we should start at the junction. Really, it made no difference which one we started with, but he just had to turn it into a huge argument. He always treats me like I'm a fool and disagrees with anything I say. Let's see what he has to say now that I've already fixed the tracks.
If you ask me, you're clearly a sharp person, Ferdinand.
Yes, finally someone who can recognize that, rather than just shrugging off my ideas. Come on, let's make our way to the junction and see what he's up to. I bet he's still fretting over what to do.
Oh. What's this one? Rail lines. Pursuing flowers heading to the hub flower above. Amber flower heading to the turret twister to southeast. Violet flower heading to the desert southwest. Aquamarine flower heads into the cave to the east. Alright. To use brilliant waves on his ability to crash into the traveling fruit to obtain stones. Carry 3. Oh. Alright, this is the right place, but we're going.
Sometimes I can't help but get angry just thinking of Jeremy. You should have seen him back in the sandstorm. I suggested we go east, and he argued that we should go west.
You were in a sandstorm? What happened after that?
We separated and each went our own way. Lucky for us, we stumbled across this domain.
There he
Otherwise,
is.
I'm sure we would have been buried in the sand.
Another blue seductive hair.
Everything will get better once we get the switcher working again.
Still stuck here just as I expected. Well, did you make any progress?
Didn't I already tell you? Just have the hydroidolins fix the junction and then make a new cart. After that, we can use the junction to... Wait a minute, how did you get here? It took a lot of effort for me to climb all the way up here.
The answer is standing right in front of you.
Yeah, sure. Those travelers must have helped you. You never get anything done on your own. You always get someone else's help and then try to take the credit for yourself.
You're one to talk. What have you managed to accomplish, huh? You were here just moping around all day.
Is this supposed to be a reference to Twiddly and
They started
Tweedledum?
arguing the moment they saw each other. But aren't they supposed to be brothers?
Me? His brother? Hardly.
Don't zoom on the eyes, stop.
All right, Jeremy. That's enough.
Stop. Just do sit close to the
I'd rather
eyes.
be focusing my efforts on fixing the track switch rather than arguing anyway.
You should calm down too, Ferdinand. Let's all focus on the situation at hand.
Fine.
They're both in travel
I'm sorry you had
adventure
to see that.
clothes.
My name's Jeremy. I'm one of the people responsible for taking care of this area. I assume you're the ones who helped repair the tracks. Thank you very much. It means a lot.
No need to
Another
thank
new
us.
hairstyle.
We're just trying to help
think.
Medea restore the domain.
I see. Now that you and Ferdinand brought the cart up here, we'll need the hydroidolins to fix the area below.
Them again, huh? Seems the hydroidolins are really important around this place.
Yes, of course. Not only do they keep the junction turning, they operate practically everything else in the domain too.
And there's the water. Jesus. Blur.
All right. Seems most of the tracks and junctions have been repaired now.
Yep. So maybe it's time you give credit where credit is due, hmm?
What? You think you deserve the credit? If anything, we should be thanking these travelers.
You... Well, either way, you're not the one getting any credit. You're always quick to criticize my ideas and push your own, but you never actually get anything done.
Can I bunk their heads?
And what about you?
That's the
Don't
blade
forget
ready.
it was Hado and I who took care of the mess that one time you impulsively tried one of your brilliant ideas.
Hado.
Speaking of Hado, wasn't he with you?
I left early this morning. I assumed he'd be with you.
Seriously? Couldn't you have at least looked to see where he was before you left?
Hey, come on! You didn't see him either, so what's your excuse?
Klee?
I don't get it. Nobody did anything bad. Why are they arguing?
I just don't like his smug attitude, that's all.
Who are you calling smug? If anything, you're the one who's making such a big fuss right now.
All right, I think we've heard enough from you two. If you insist on bickering, then I'd suggest you go somewhere else. Otherwise, I'll just cool you two off myself. Now, come with me. I'd like to have a word with you.
Phew. Don't be upset, Klee. There are many complicated situations in this world which don't always have a logical explanation.
Yep.
As a passing
There are
traveler
families
here,
are out there like
it's
that.
not my place to comment on their disputes. But in my experience, family issues can be the toughest to resolve.
Seems you don't like dealing with this kind of thing either, Kokomi.
Understandable.
But it's still not right. I don't know how to explain my feelings.
I'm sorry. We've calmed down. We shouldn't argue in front of a child like that.
We're sorry, Klee.
It's okay.
Back to the topic at hand. Weren't you about to go look for your brother Hado?
Ah, right. Our best guess is he's somewhere around the torrential twister. We would have to use the junction to send the cart to another area.
Sorry to trouble you again, but would you help us find him?
How many brothers do you guys have? Like 7?
Oh. All right.
Is it how many brothers are you guys have? 2? 3?
Hey, come on, you two. You're brothers after all. Can't you try to get along?
Shink shink. Shink shink. Shink. Nya 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 nya. Nya 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 nya. Looks like cat paws, literally. I already got them. Don't need to. Nya 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 nya. Nya nya. Nya. There are those dogos on the back. I just noticed them. It's like a nest of dodocos. Ah. Alright. Change directions. Hub. So it's the amber flower.
Okay, this is the end of this track segment. Otto should be nearby.
Let's go.
then yeah. Yeah. Alright. Yeah. Spam it! There you go. There he is. I'm kinda concerned that they all have blue hair and keep thinking they're all part of the doctor.
Alright, now we're talking.
I don't know why. In my mind keeps saying like it might be the doctor. Ooh. Hehehe. I need 150 to get Kaya's swag peacock outfit. Hado.
Ah, I guess you had repaired the tracks and stations as soon as I saw a cart come zipping along.
Oh, he's sick.
Now that the tracks, station, and carts are all repaired, we're about ready to reopen Torrential Twister. It'll be good to see my design back in action again.
You're in no condition to be out running around like this, Hado.
Yeah, but these are unusual circumstances.
That's true, but you should stop to think things through.
Exactly. If there's anything that needs to be done, you can just let Ferdinand and I take care of it.
You and Ferdinand? Together? It would be a miracle for you two to do anything together without fighting.
Hey, that's between Jeremy and me. No need to add fuel to the fire, okay?
I'm not trying to make trouble. I'm just saying.
Hey, Ferdinand?
Oh, don't worry. We're not arguing, Klee.
Are you and Jeremy worried about Hado?
Hmm?
Why don't you just talk to him about Kaya's also worried about me sometimes?
You're right. But our relationship is much better than these guys.
Well, our situation is a little different.
Really? How so?
We've been through this kind of thing before. If we didn't warn Hado, then he wouldn't take it seriously and something would eventually happen. As his brothers, we have to help him.
But it doesn't look like you're helping.
Huh?
Maybe Klee doesn't understand everything. But my mommy told me that you help someone to make them feel. Hado sure doesn't look very happy. Why don't you ask him what he needs?
Klee's right, you know? You three need to open up and talk things to...
Just like when we were back in the desert. You suddenly passed out and Jeremy and I started arguing. I'm just worried that something similar could happen again. If you were to pass out and with nobody around to help you...
I know, but this domain is nowhere near as dangerous as the desert. I was thinking that if I could handle these problems myself, then you two wouldn't have to argue about anything. If it weren't for my poor health and lack of energy all the time.
No need to feel guilty, Hado. This was our choice. Isn't that why we came up with the idea for this area? I would do the thinking, Ferdinand would use his muscle.
Draw the blueprints and build tracks. It'll be a safe way to see all kinds of amazing...
Hey, what are you trying to say? You make it sound like I've only been trying to talk myself up.
The choo-choo cart is...
Really?
You know, Klee, having the car zip along the tracks...
Yeah, what an amazing...
Hey, Klee, do you want to ride even more fun carts?
Yay! Let's ride more!
Looks like all three of them are trying to win Klee's approval now.
Klee
Yeah.
hasn't realized it yet, but her innocent, childlike nature is very powerful. It can inspire and even help heal others. Hey, everyone. Please come with me. We need to get the hydroidolin in the cart to help us.
Alright. Come on, man. We need to go. That challenge is right here. camera always messes with me. It's like, you know, like those Indian dramas, it just like zooms in at the character's face. Just like,
I could get used to this.
30, jeez. No! Baka. Just a desert.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Okay, nothing hidden under here. It's very simple. There's like a lot of Mondstadt weapons dropping too. Surprise. All like 1 and 2 stars stuff. Even the child Celis agrees. There we go. So it's just Tinari's bow. I need to level up. Yep, just Tinari's bow, and I need 1 more refinement of that. Alright, let's do Tinari's bow. There we go, 78.
You're mine.
Oh, move forward, dork. Activate the waterfalls. This is literally giving us the hint of what Fontaine is almost like. Between Fontaine and Sumeru. Alright.
Good. Torrential Twister is ready to run. Let's go to the station at the start of the track.
Eh? Eh? I'm very confused. So what's a turquoise? I'm so confused because this thing, I like, alright, stop, and it's like, nope. So just put a pumpkin there instead. Try and get to it, but it just sent me away. It's like, eh? You passed the stop, you know. fuck? What is happening? Game, what the fuck is happening? Excuse me. You know what? I'm just gonna go walk there. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. It didn't want to stop here for some odd reason. It's like it goes. It ignores
Hato
it.
and I have double-checked everything. It's all operating safely. You can go for a ride now.
Hold on a sec. Before we say goodbye, I have something I'd like to give you all. It's a rock climbing rope. We used it on our adventures to climb mountains and traverse many places.
Alright.
Huh? But doesn't it mean a lot to you?
Yes, of course. Please take it. Thanks to Klee and everyone else's help, we realized that there's a special bond that keeps us together. Even though it's invisible, it's even more important than rope. Okay?
Huh?
Yes, Klee. You are a big help.
Even bigger than that huge thing in the middle of this?
Yes.
Wow, that's huge!
By the way, have you ever seen anything like the choo-choo cart in the outside world?
Nope. Today was the first time I rode and
Is that so? Be sure to come back and ride the choo-choo carts again.
yep, I will.
I wonder if there's other NPCs in this journey.
Hey, imagine if we could build our tracks all over the world.
Alright.
Be sure to come back and visit Torrential Twister again.
Alright. And then journey.
Thanks again. I suppose some things are simpler than they appear.
Hato Ferned journey. For Hato journey. I guess. Oh, it auto hits. Okay. Oh, yeah, spam it.
Oh, this is even higher than I expected. The drops are pretty steep too.
Cranes are flying.
Okay, Kokomi? If you're scared, just yell and let it out. We won't tell anyone. What happens in the bottle domain stays in the bottle domain.
Yeah, 4.
Looks like Klee's having the most fun.
I'm surprised Kaya's not saying anything. I like this. Hello. I'll smack you. I'll smack you. There we go. Precious chest, give me something good.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Any new 3 stars? No. Dang it, precious chest.
That's so much fun! Klee can fly across the...
Guess that. Wait, but if being able to fly makes you a mage, what does that mean?
Nothing! Kaya's just
Oh, right.
Sorry to bother our young mage, but there's something a master thief would like to report.
Uh-oh. I was having so much fun that I almost forgot.
We're supposed to be helping Adia look for the missing components.
You mean you snatched it when we weren't looking?
I didn't have to go that far. In fact, the component we were searching for was actually that orange rope. If anything, you could say it came right into our hands at the right time.
Aw, do we Okay. Even though I want to keep playing,
That's our wise mage.
Seems Kokomi's out of it after that ride.
We're in no rush.
Don't worry. My mind is always spinning. I'm used to this.
how about we hold hands, Miss General? Klee will give you...
Her eyes are like so faded.
After holding Klee's hand.
What are you...
Oh.
You know what? I had to do this for one, like, freaking bloody event thing. And it was such pain. You don't understand how bad it was. We had a challenge to kill 2, like, Geovish dragons in a minute. Pain. Hello. I'll poke your butt. Let me see who over here. Wake up, lazy. Poke. Sandy? Oh, there's another one.
Yeah. Yeah. No time to lose. Yeah.
Ow. Eh? Please help. That one. This one. That one. And that one. And that one.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Oh. Is it literally...
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Better?
Not bad. Not bad at all.
They give me not the good weapons at all.
No time to lose.
What's this one say? Alright. This one's going abnormally faster than normal. Money. Portal? Ooh. I heard like Disney music for a sec there. Like I hear that. Change directions. Maybe. What's that? Ah! Alright. Water drop goes this way.
Now I just need to get my hands on the rest.
A diary. The great earth must lay something fine for future generations. I, Guy Verhashit, am confident that day people will come read. Youngsters at the Darshan. Fancy chair. I love it.
No time to lose. Propagate!
Fill off French terms, Fontaine, like oh my.
Yeah! Yeah! Now I just need to get my hands on the rest.
Happy. Oh, there's something over there. Do you go through it? Oh. Fire! I'll melt! Okay, I can't do it.
The wind knows me.
Oh, there's something here.
Brings a smile to my face. Into the wind.
Yeah.
Time to go.
Alright. Should go to little one. Is it Helitra's next?
Shouldn't let your guard down. Not bad. Not bad at all.
It's a piggy.
No time to lose.
Splash you. Oh, 50,000 more. Jesus. I'll be even more richer. confusion.
One with nature.
Brothers are floating around me. It's gonna attack me. There we go. I see a path down
No
here.
time to lose. You can run, but you can't hide.
Let's go.
No time to lose. Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt.
You became a squirrel. Nice.
All right, now we're talking.
Alright, let's go. Like there's a cart on top. Surprised if it can fit. It's gonna go investigate too. I wanna see it have it.
No time
the
to lose.
concerning face. Alright, you go in there. Alright. I love like the concerning fate. Oh, I found a glitch. Alright, stop. I'll wait till it's training. Sir. Sir, this is a Wendy's. Stop. Sir. Sir. Oh, dang it. You know, I just don't run over there. So, you can get stuck on the tracks. That's a bug to report. So like emptiness though. So much emptiness. What's in this log? Nope. Not even anything. Outlier. Too bad the compass doesn't work, so I might miss a chest or two. Oh. This is the outside. Got bitten by a bug while I was cutting the grass. other day. Itches. Alright, so it's up here. Yaha.
I'll keep this close.
Over here. Oh. Alright.
The wind knows me. Time to go.
Think. Oh yeah, and also today I had to sell my baby fish that had like grown up because they had more babies. And I don't want to take care of an army of fish because they're not gonna fit in a tank. They will eat each other. So I gotta sell my first gen. I have a second gen now. Apparently they next gen is literally just been born a few days ago. Look at the person that did the thing. They
No time to lose.
took my fish. Alright. Touch it.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah. He accepted the fish. I think he was shocked that I had some fish that were like not usually like fully black.
Shouldn't let your
They were,
guard
like,
down.
blonde, like dark color. These are the kind of homes. So raising all babies. Surprise babies.
Now I just need to get my hands on the rest.
Silver sword. No. Let's go. Go. You're a water driver. You can fade through me.
Let's light it up!
Alright. My arm's itchy.
My demon expelling.
Swift and merciful.
There we go. Let's go. Come on. It's like, you're a water droplet, not a fire droplet. There is a fire droplet in that one. Just
Who says there aren't benefits to a lot?
money. Oh, it's right here. Arm.
Time to go.
That's funny. Oh. Yeah, I have a little witch hat. You know why? Because the character has a new skin. And she's adorable.
Ta-da! Klee is here!
Look at that.
Dodoko? Dodoko, where are you?
Yeah, this outfit's inspired by her mom. Exactly like her mom. Even they have a fan art of her. I need to go to the archives. See, character archives. See, Klee. See? Look at that.
Dodoko, where are you?
So cute. Nobody. July 5th. Yeah. Also, I need to keep playing because this guy here has a new outfit too. The one I didn't obtain yet. Alright, where are those two little orb things? I don't think I can jump on that. Oh, I can. Can I jump on this? Alright. Flower goes here. Let's just get up there. And then this one's for... Oh! Okay. So awkward. There we go. Climb up there. In a cloud. There we go. I love this. This is like a preview of the next region, Fontaine. Good item.
Fateful offering.
Manufacturing hub. Did it give me a good weapon? Nope. Alright. That is clean. Oh. Oh, that's inside. Goes there. Green goes to this one. Red goes to that one. Alright, I'll explore that later. Beautifully.
Welcome back! Well, any good news? Oh, don't tell me! You've taken care of all the problems and now I don't have to do anything?
That was my hair color too, when I had blue hair. It was like that color. I missed it.
Yeah, we even rode the choo-choo cart. Do you want to come ride too? But maybe you'll have to wait till tomorrow. I'm a little tired now.
Seems she had a little too much fun and now she's about to crash.
Good idea. I think we could all use some downtime.
Then we'll see you later.
Bye, Mr. Honorary Nut.
Well, it sounds like our young mage enjoyed her. So, back to the missing component. Did you bring it? You bet! Kaya said that the missing component was this orange climbing rope. Ah, it just occurred to me that you probably ran into the three brothers while you were in the canyon. If I remember correctly, the two eldest brothers were taking their sickly younger brother on adventures when they ran into a sandstorm and ended up here. They were all arguing with one another when they first arrived, but it wasn't long before they broke down and were huddled together in tears. They sure must have a lot of energy to keep up their bickering and adventuring every day.
You almost sound as if you're reminiscing about old friends, Idia.
Yes, I've known them for quite some time after all. But I seldom go to that area. You can hold on to the rope for now, Traveler. By the way, Eula and Klee have also returned. They mentioned that they would like to head to the jungle north of here. Now that I've told you everything,
Do you need me to accompany you?
Oh, no.
Yay, first part done. Throw a bomb. Then I need to go to the MBs. More events. Let's see. Completed. That's tomato. I need to collect 150 vouchers to unlock this outfit. Look at this outfit. He's a phantom thief. Very classy. Kaya. With the peacock feathers. And them shoes.
Woo! La la la! Da da da! Woo!
18 dendro particles. Great.
Time to go.
I will throw up.
Who says there aren't benefits to a life of wandering?
Hello. Eh? Eh? Hi. It's like, eh? Oh, this one's in the water. Hello.
Who says there aren't benefits to a life of wandering?
Ooh, radish. Yes.
Into the wind!
I'm going in! Let's light it!
Riptide! Who's next? No time to look.
Da da da! Maybe there's even more buried below!
Oh. Yeah, so these water creatures are like hydro. Let's get Klee out.
I'll ensure your safety.
Alright. Hello, you friendly? Friendly. Sniff, sniff. Sniff, sniff. Okay, not friendlies at all.
The wind knows me.
Off we go!
I got curious. They were bad.
Off we go! Teamwork is strength! Let's light it up!
Bad. Okay, locked.
Time to go. Time to go.
One with nature.
Clouds high. The birds come. Brace yourself. This is gonna hurt.
Try this on for some.
Couldn't break the curse.
Damn it, Bennett.
You can run, but you can't hide.
Dang it. That meme. Dang it, Grandpa.
No time to lose.
Wow, this is so lucky. Glad there weren't any poisonous mushrooms inside.
Okay. Yeah, that looked like the one I just did. Park announcement speaker. Oh, it's that guy. The one that's sick. Oh. Ow. Oh, it is that area. Alright. Let's go this area. Alright, near danger zone, danger zone. Go down. Oh, it's an area of the map I did not start. Okay. That's awkward.
Follow the wind.
Time to go.
There it is. Some of these chases, easy.
The wind knows me.
Let's light it up!
The Attack on Titan vibes. You bastards. Yeah! Who's starting the last one?
Riptide. No time to lose.
It's important to replenish your supplies often when you're out in the wild.
Down here. Push the party.
One with nature.
All right, now we're talking.
Death by Megalodon child. Oh, that's nice. Oh, they want to play hide
I
and
could get
seek,
used to
right?
this.
So what's different, you say? This barrel? Hello. This crystal? Hello. And the third one. Hello.
All right, now we're talking.
Jesus. That does not seem like a good time. Oh, here it is. Tascate. Yes? Sorry. Right. Sorry. Okay.
Now I just need to get my hands on the rest.
Aw. Trying to be with the borscht.
Shouldn't let your guard down.
Don't touch mine!
As one with wind and cloud.
I'm going in!
There we go.
Time to go.
Okay, nothing. enjoy Me's cryo.
It knows me.
Let's light it up!
Yeah.
Now I just need to get my hands on the rest.
How about we explore the area ahead of us later?
Damn it, Paimon. I want to give it now.
No time to lose.
Okay. There we go. Right here. There we go.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
Oh, it's called like Eula. There you go.
Lee said that they discovered some mysterious tracks that you can ride on using a super fun choo-choo cart.
Ah, I heard something about that too. Apparently, it's a cart that goes zipping along a terrifying course at an uncontrollable speed.
Yeah, that should be the one. It seems that when the cart rolls down a steep drop, your body would start floating as if it was weightless.
Really? Huh. I heard that Klee's bag almost flew away on the ride. If Kaya hadn't managed to quickly catch it, countless jumpy dumpties would have been thrown into the air.
Oh no! That sounds pretty dangerous.
But if you really want to go for a ride...
Huh? But...
I could tell that you wanted to try it.
No time to lose.
Alright. I can climb this Modi building.
Into the wind.
I knew it. There's one up here. Poke. You gave me a tomato. Any others? Nope. There's Kaya and Klee.
Hey, Kaya! You promised to tell me the story about the genie in a bottle if I didn't run off, remember?
Ah, yes. All right. Where did I leave off?
Oh, I remember! The genie came out and was going to eat the shepherd boy who opened the bottle.
Right. As the genie opened its wide, menacing mouth, the shepherd boy suddenly had an idea.
Did he throw a Jumpy Dumpty into the...
I'm sure that's what he would have done if he had a Jumpy Dumpty. But the shepherd boy didn't have anything like that. He said to the genie, "Wait, how could your massive body fit inside such a small bottle? I won't ever believe it unless I see it with my own eyes." The genie became angry and said, "Mwahaha! Foolish boy! You dare question my powers?" The genie then returned inside the bottle, and the boy swiftly sealed it shut.
Yay! That mean genie... But... Can the genie...
No, but the genie was captured and sealed away in the bottle because it did many bad things. So the most important thing to remember is...
You don't be locked up, you get caught. Gossip. Oh! I should've. Sadness.
Time to go.
Alright. Let's explore here. The French song is intensifying. French music. Wait.
Time to go. One with nature.
Thanks for the apples, kind guest. People have a tradition saying apples hold the purest water in the land. So your gift grants me endless power. Thanks to you, I might be able to metamorphose into something greater. There you go. I can give you more. I have 500 apples. You want more apples? They can't talk, but at least they can use signs. Right. Are you okay, Coco?
What was it that I said at the end of a...
She's so dizzy. Over there. I see you. Come here, you. Fish. Come here, you. Let's go.
Brings a smile to my face.
There she is.
Time to go.
Dog's been harassed.
Into the wind. You can run, but you can't hide.
There you go.
Even better than I imagined. It's my lucky day. Off we go.
Usually if I put that comp. Alright guys, I'm gonna end my stream tonight. It's gonna be a little bit early because I have a doctor appointment tomorrow. I'm gonna get back more to this game because it is fun. This event in the bottle. Or we can do more Dead by Daylight. We'll see how it is on Thursday. Alright? Okay guys, have a nice night. Bye! Bonsoir, medicine.